Nothing inspires us humans more than the personal stories of others. So, what if you could learn the secrets of resilience by hearing the most personal stories of some of history's greatest minds? Ancient philosophers like Epicurus and Seneca lived thousands of years ago, yet their words still resonate today. They faced persecution, exile, and even the threat of death, yet they never lost their determination to live a good life. So, how did they do it? By understanding their personal stories, we can learn how to be more resilient in our own lives. Get ready to dive into the past and discover the secrets of resilience. In this video, we will discuss 3 philosophers and 1 Zen master whose lives were full of challenges, but also wisdom and resilience. We'll explore how they coped with adversity and what lessons we can apply to our own lives. You don't want to miss this. Confucius was born in the state of Lu during the spring and autumn period in ancient China. His original name was Kong Qiu, which means the Duke of the Great Void. He was a philosopher, politician, social activist, writer, and poet. His teachings emphasized personal and governmental morality, correctness of social relationships, justice, and sincerity. Confucius believed that these principles were essential for creating harmony in society. He was also a strong advocate for education and self-improvement. However, throughout his life, Confucius faced many challenges and setbacks. Despite being well-educated, he struggled to find a position of power or influence. He was often overlooked or dismissed, but he never gave up on his beliefs or his dream of making a positive impact on the world. One of the most significant challenges that Confucius faced was the decline of his home state of Lu. During his lifetime, Lu became increasingly corrupt and unstable, which forced Confucius to travel to other states in search of a better life. But wherever he went, he continued to face rejection and persecution. In fact, at one point, he and his students were put to death for criticizing the ruler of Wei. Despite these hardships, Confucius remained steadfast in his commitment to his teachings. He never wavered in his belief that education and self-improvement were essential for creating a better society. Instead of giving up, he continued to travel and teach until his death. Even after he passed away, his teachings continued to inspire people all over China and had a profound impact on the development of Chinese culture and history. Epicurus was born in Greece around 341 BC. His father was a Roman, so Epicurus was a Greek-Roman philosopher. Epicurus founded the philosophy of Epicureanism, which emphasized the importance of living a life free from pain and suffering. According to Epicurus, the key to achieving this state of tranquility was to avoid the extremes of wealth and poverty, pleasure and pain, and fame and infamy. He believed that true happiness could only be achieved by living a simple, unassuming life in accordance with nature. But despite his philosophy's focus on simplicity and modesty, Epicurus himself lived a rather extravagant lifestyle. He owned several homes, including one in Athens that featured beautiful gardens. He also had a large number of slaves to serve him and his many friends, and he enjoyed expensive food and fine clothing. This may seem contradicting, but Epicurus believed that these material comforts were not harmful as long as they did not cause us to become attached or dependent on them. What truly mattered, according to him, was cultivating inner peace and tranquility. However, despite his efforts to live a life of simplicity and moderation, Epicurus faced many external challenges. He was constantly bombarded by the suffering and chaos of the world around him, from wars and natural disasters to economic downturns and political turmoil. Yet he remained steadfast in his pursuit of inner peace. He continued to write and teach, sharing his wisdom with anyone who would listen. And even when he was persecuted by the Roman authorities and forced to flee Athens, he never lost his sense of calm and composure. Epicurus' story is a powerful reminder that it is possible to find inner peace and resilience even in the midst of external chaos and suffering. It also teaches us that sometimes the path to simplicity and contentment is not always easy, and that we must be willing to face challenges head-on and remain steadfast in our pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement. Buddha was born in what is now Nepal around 563 BCE. He was born into a royal family. But he left his comfortable life behind to seek a deeper understanding of human suffering and the nature of reality. Through his teachings, he showed people how to overcome suffering and achieve enlightenment. Buddha taught that suffering is a part of life and that we cannot avoid it entirely. However, he also taught that we have the power to control our reactions to suffering, and that we can find inner peace and happiness even in the midst of difficult circumstances. Buddha's teachings were revolutionary, and he faced opposition from both religious and political leaders. He was often mocked and ridiculed, but he never wavered in his commitment to his message of peace and enlightenment. One of the most challenging periods in Buddha's life was when he was in Maeve, where he spent 6 years meditating under a tree. During this time, he resisted many temptations from Mara, the embodiment of evil, who tried to distract him from his meditation with various distractions. But Buddha remained focused and eventually achieved enlightenment. This period of intense mental discipline and focus taught him valuable lessons about the nature of reality and the path to enlightenment. After achieving enlightenment, Buddha continued to travel and teach throughout India for the next 45 years. He attracted a large following of students and established a community of monks and nuns who shared his teachings. Although he faced many obstacles and challenges throughout his life, Buddha never lost sight of his mission to help others find inner peace and enlightenment. His story is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of staying true to one's purpose no matter what obstacles may arise. It reminds us that through meditation and mindfulness, we can overcome our negative emotions and achieve a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Seneca was born in Córdoba, Spain in 04 BC. He was a Roman philosopher, statesman, and playwright. Seneca's philosophy was a blend of Stoicism and Epicureanism, which emphasized the importance of living a virtuous and independent life. He believed that the key to happiness was to accept what we cannot control and to focus on what we can. Seneca also believed that we should strive to live according to nature, and that we should be prepared to face death at any moment. Throughout his life, Seneca faced numerous challenges. He was exiled from Rome twice, first by Emperor Caligula and then by Emperor Nero. During his exile, he was forced to live in poverty, and he was even sentenced to death by Nero. However, he never lost his determination to live a good life. Even in the face of death, he remained calm and composed. One of the most significant challenges that Seneca faced was his struggle with physical disability. He suffered from a rare medical condition called hydroarthrosis, which caused his joints to fill with water and made it difficult for him to move around. Despite this, he never let his disability define him or limit his potential. In fact, he used his experience with pain and suffering to inform his philosophy and his writings. One of his most famous works, On the Shortness of Life, is a reflection on how we tend to waste our time and fail to appreciate the preciousness of life. He argues that life is short, not because we have few days, but because we lose many opportunities to make the most of the days we have. Seneca's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of accepting what we cannot control. It also teaches us that we should never let our circumstances or our disabilities define us. Instead, we should focus on what we can control and strive to live a life of virtue and independence. Zeno of Citium was born in Cyprus around 334 BC. He was a Greek philosopher who founded the school of Stoicism. Zeno believed that the key to happiness and fulfillment was to live in harmony with nature and to accept whatever life may throw at us. He taught that we should not fear death because it is a natural part of the cycle of life. Throughout his life, Zeno faced many challenges and setbacks, but he never lost faith in his philosophy. In fact, his early life was marked by tragedy. He was born into a wealthy family, but his father died when he was young, and his mother remarried. Zeno was sent to live with his grandfather, who treated him harshly and instilled in him a deep sense of insecurity and resentment. Despite these difficult beginnings, Zeno went on to study philosophy in Athens and eventually founded his own school of thought, Stoicism. But he didn't achieve widespread recognition until much later in life. For many years, his ideas were considered radical and controversial, and he was often mocked and ridiculed by his peers. However, Zeno persevered, and his philosophy eventually gained a following. Despite the challenges he faced, Zeno remained committed to his philosophy and his belief in the importance of living in harmony with nature. He taught that we should not fear death because it is a natural part of the cycle of life. And he encouraged his followers to accept whatever life may throw at us with courage and dignity. Zeno's story is an inspiring example of how we can overcome adversity and achieve our goals through hard work and perseverance. It also reminds us that it's never too late to pursue our dreams, and that we should never give up in the face of challenges. The life of these ancient philosophers and Zen master is full of important lessons. They faced many challenges and setbacks, but they never lost their determination to live a good life. They taught us that we should not fear death, but instead accept it as a natural part of life. They also taught us that we should strive to live in harmony with nature and to accept whatever life may throw at us. Finally, they remind us that it's never too late to pursue our dreams and that we should never give up in the face of adversity. Now we want to hear from you. How has the life of these ancient thinkers inspired you? Share your thoughts below. Also, don't forget to like and share this video with others who might be interested in this topic. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.